All right, so I'm gonna do a quick voiceover about this altered M42 back cover file. See, the original looks like this. This is what the company gives you. This is for the higher one because I don't see a point to doing it to the lower one. What's this? Okay, I don't know why that's there. It's like an artifact. Weird. Whatever, ignore that. Basically, I'm gonna leave these extra bodies in here in case they're useful. But I took the original file and I attempted to make my own stock back that's like pretty close. Like, using form, obviously. You can find it by editing the form here. Then it's body 11. I'm just going to leave it in here, even if, you don't want to copy the exact back one, because why would you? This is for solid. You can obviously put holes in it. You should find them as a hidden sketch here. I think I'll enable them speed holes or something. Oh, no, I didn't. Here, we'll do speed holes. So that way, if you want to take those out, they should only take out like a gram or, I don't know, maybe like 2, depending on how thick you make it. But yeah, I just wanted an alteration to kind of give it a bigger butt. So like this, kind of not exactly like a ZA or something, but something more in that vein. You can see the original here to compare. So this opacity, can I set it here? Here, come on. There we go. So you can see, it juts out a bit more at the back here. That way you can just, play with it a bit more. If you want to make my actual change, just go like this, hide body 12, and just start playing with it. I don't know, maybe you want to make it like really tall. Obviously not quite like this, but you can always do that. And then just hit finish form and make sure it doesn't yell at you about any, intersecting bodies or something. Or vertices or whatever the folding stuff. And this warning is gonna stay. I tried to go through and like clear this, but I don't know. At some point I pasted something and I don't know. There's an error, but it all works fine. And when I delete it, something bad happens. Pretty sure. I'm probably gonna skip ahead so you don't have to wait for this to compute. Or not. We'll see how long this takes. Yeah, see, deletion causes downstream failures. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Obviously I don't have the tightest workflow of all time or anything, but a backup makes this not derp. But yeah, it could be useful to you. So the way I have it separated is for the original bodies. I have the original body, obviously, OG body. Got this offset, which is just a surface offset here. I don't think it actually ended up being useful for me, but I mean, if you want that body to work with, it's there. And I just had a couple of previous shapes that, I don't know, I wasn't really happy with. Another one of these offsets. This is the one that's pretty close to the stock one. Obviously, it's going to differ a little because I couldn't 100% copy the geometry. That's my shape, which has holes in it. If you want to get rid of those holes, look for speed holes down here and then suppress it. And then you can print this solid if you want. I'm going to restore this opacity. Otherwise, I've got some of these projections here for when I was making, or not making, but like copying over the standoffs. I don't think these are that useful, these sketches. You'll want to do this front cutout one here. You'll want to have this part extruded up, and then I have it going a bit in front just in case you design a shape that actually, comes forward just a little. You'll want to cut that out because otherwise, if there's something here, you can't place it in the mouse. Bottom extrude, yeah, so go from here and then extrude up 5.451 millimeters as it says. And that's how you get the right height at the bottom, because you don't necessarily have to design your form in such a fashion that it's square. Like here, just go like this. Hide this. You'll see that, I have a curve down here. It actually goes down below where the body actually is. That's fine. So just do a bottom extrude up, and then you can get the regular height. I mean, or you can play around with the height if you want, obviously, but, more power to you. These are just the holes if you want. I just copied their stock holes. If you see, you'll notice that, let me hide this. You'll notice it's actually like a little bit off or whatever. I think this file's not centered. Like when they give it to us, it's slightly off center, or it's asymmetric in the way that like the left is like, 0.1 or 2 millimeters bigger or something. So what I do is I just started with the center one and then build out from there. But obviously you can make them whatever, shape you want. You should do something like make like, a polygon here, like this. So you want to create like a 5-sider or something, 6-sider here. It's a 6-sider, you can't see. And then just, like rectangular pattern across, and then make a new one on this row, and then do it across, and then do each one down alternating. Like you would end up doing it like this. Obviously the direction is going to be a little messed up here because I didn't make it perpendicular, but what I mean is go like this. Skip this row. That way you can just keep the alignment the same. I mean, or do it however you want. You could do like a circle one here and then just revolve out or something. But yeah, that's if you don't want circled. If you want octagons, or I don't know, you can put your name in it or something. Otherwise, I have the original standoffs. These are hidden, but this is where all of the originally modeled standoffs are. Just in case you want to work with them, because I altered them because they had to go a little taller. Otherwise, they're not going to connect to like the bigger hump. The one thing to note here is there's a difference between. Here, I'm gonna enable this one, hide these. This left bit right here, which is on the file, this isn't in the real life base plate. Like for whatever reason, it's basically turned 90 degrees. Like if you were to take this and then rotate it 90 degrees, like instead of like this, it's closer to this in real life. It's obviously not the exact positioning, but it's something like that. But it doesn't really matter. You don't need it. So I don't know. It's just like a minor error. So for mine, you'll see that I actually don't have that modeled for my standoff copy. But yeah, as you can see, this is just another copy of them. You could use the originals if you want, then, just make sure you bring up, because otherwise you're going to have issues where you go like this. I'm going to activate the extrude. See how I go up and see how it's joining now? Here, if you can tell better from this angle. Look at this gap right here. You have to go up and join it up so there's no gap. But I'm obviously giving you the file in such a way that you can change the form. So I want you to be able to alter these without, I don't know, you change it and then you have to like make them lower or something. You just have both to work from. And I think I removed the ribbings. Yeah, these little ribbings right here, because they're like for PLA, I don't know, they're not that good. They're just like little random things. You can design it however you want, obviously. But yeah, just wanted to give you a quick overview. Probably longer than it needs to be, but that's how you use this file.